The Igbos want to secede, and they are being warned by the Yorubas and the Northerners. There is need for political hygiene.
In my own opinion, I think that the 6 geopolitical zones that were created, I think by Abacha or who was it, I think it was a deliberate and calculated attempt aimed at containing the Igbos. That is my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. And let me explain further. You see, part of the basis, part of the reasons why the government gave at that point in time for the creation of these 6 geopolitical zones was the fact that it was not just created out of geographical locations, but based on the fact that people that were similar in culture and other things were brought together. So the question I begin to ask myself is, how is it that there's no similarity between an Igbo man and the Niger Deltans? You quite agree with me that there's similarity, right? And secondly, let's look at the creation. Why I say it's a deliberate move to contain them in one place is the fact that look at the way they would have been privileged to the water if not for the fact that they were carved in the middle. If you look at it, you see they were carved in the middle, which deprived them of having a seaport. But when you look at places like Lagos now, Lagos is privileged to have that by virtue of the fact that it's close to the water. And funny enough now, you get to look at it that the seaports that are supposed to be viable in the Niger Deltas are not viable. Why are they not viable? You should answer that question to yourself. So if you look at it generally, there's a problem there. And funny enough, the Niger Delta seems not to be agitating for having these seaports.
He said he loves the Igbos, but he supported Atiku. He supported Atiku for president, not so. He refused to support Obi. He didn't know the Igbos then. You are supposed to support them. Look at. No wonder when he graduated from, after 20 years of reading law, he graduated from Best University. He went to the president. Mr. President, see my project I wrote. I acknowledge you there. Kai.
Okay, we've seen a massive, battle on the social media and social space. We've seen the Wike fans and the Amechi fans fight dirty on social media. They say what? Because Wike said what? He's more Igbo than Amechi. It doesn't that Amechi doesn't know where he really comes from. That when he was minister under Buhari, what did he do in Rivers State? That he himself is a real Igbo man. What is your take as
of course, apart from politics or whatever they are playing at the end of the day, we know definitely that anything that has to do with Ikwere is Igbo. Irrespective of whoever is going to hold a different opinion. Amechi is from Ikwere. Wike is from Ikwere, but Wike has consistently, apart from now, whether he's trying to make a U-turn or he's trying to be political, or he has seen the direction that definitely his government is going by the end of 2027, and that he's trying to get Igbo's attention at the end of the day. So that's a different thing entirely. But as it stands now, there's no time that the Benin people has been linked with Ikwere, or Ikwere has been linked with Benin people, which Wike claims. But we have seen it often and on, even before now, irrespective of the coalition forces that are breeding to make sure that they are able to sack APC Tinubu government at 2027 at the end of the day. But this fight in Ikwere, between these two Ikwere sons, that I'm Ikwere, you're not Ikwere, you want to answer Ikwere because of politics, you are not Ikwere, I'm more Ikwere than you, you are saying that you are now Ikwere because Amechi, to an extent, I've never seen it very clearly that Amechi has come out one day to deny his Igbo identity. But on several occasions, we have seen Wike, make some statement that is purely anti-Igbo. But people might know the truth But I would not be surprised that tomorrow he might come out to say, make another U-turn from where we're saying now that I'm not Ikwere, that Amechi is not Ikwere. What are they dragging for? You are in PDP, you are in APC, and this one is saying, I am in APC. I don't think Amechi has actually decamped to PDP. But these are the people who feel that this government have to go, and with the northern pressure coming on the south currently now, and to make sure that they checkmate the excesses of this Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because a lot of them have actually tagged Tinubu's government at Yoruba government. Given what Erufai is saying, and given what other people are saying, but the fact still remain at this point in time, will the coalition actually hold? And what is the position of the Fulani and the Northerners? What is the position of the Hausa North and the Fulani North? These are the things that is already striking very deep, within the political space. And we have seen a lot of Hausa youth say definitely they are going to align with anything that has to do with, Peter Obi. They are going to align with anything that has to do with Igbo. Whether Dati, is going to be the vice president to Amechi, or whether Obi is considering to have Saraki as vice president or any other person. The glamour by the Hausa youth, which you can hear from the video, that whether Nigeria political system hold or not, if Nigeria breaks, we are heading to the Igbo land. That's what the Hausas are saying. But we are seeing the Fulanis kept mood and still insisting that Bola Ahmed Tinubu has to go. And who is talking about this? We're talking about Atiku Abubakar. We're talking about Rufai. We're talking about Babachi Lawal. We're talking about Kwankwaso. And many other Ahmed, Baba Ahmed. All of them are. Even I was surprised to see Buhari, sending his warning to one of his former aides, Malami, that Tinubu's government has failed. And the people are wondering, how come Malami is saying that Tinubu's government has failed? Is that means the Fulani opinion on Tinubu is different from the Hausa opinion on Bola Ahmed Tinubu? The Hausa opinion is saying that they want breakup of Nigeria and they are heading towards the east and they want to be part of Biafra. That surprises a lot of people. We are seeing the Fulani themselves are trying to make sure that they hold brief for 2027 to see that another Southerner, comes in at the end of the day. But the question is this: that is Amechi going to run for presidency? That's the question. The only person we know who is formidable on the opposition is Peter Obi. As we can see, him and Nigeria music star legend, the band Jonathan, having a deep interaction politically, and it looks like the band has already endorsed. A lot of people are already endorsing Obi, and that is why Obi said that whether coalition or no coalition, I can definitely run independently without anything. But the opposition should be careful at this point in time to know the exact direction they are going to go, or else they will not be able to push Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government with Fulani or without Fulani, with Hausa or without Hausa. But the Hausas are reluctant because of the killing that is going on in the north to join Biafra. I can see a lot of their youth are talking so much things about the Igbo people and the Biafran people, and they are saying the reason why Biafra has to come and Biafra has to stay.
But from look of things now, do you think that if Tinubu,
If Peter Obi don't join forces to this coalition, do you think, from your heart of heart, do you think that Peter Obi can win? If Peter Obi don't coalesce with this coalition team that they are proposing, do you think that Tinubu will become president come 2027?
It will be very difficult to unseat Bola Ahmed Tinubu without a formidable coalition. I can tell you that, given the present consolidation of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the southern part of the country, we have seen a lot of southern governors moving to the direction of APC. So if they don't have a formidable, even though all the governors can move to APC, that does not determine what will happen in 2027. I think on that note, people need to be careful. But the major thing is that how these opposition political parties and factors are going to bring their forces together, formidable, and be able to present a certain candidate, not a northern candidate. And that is why the Southerners, the Hausas are saying it currently now. If they provide a Fulani 2027 from the north, they will break, Nigeria will break, and they will move to Biafran land. I don't know the justification and how they intend to achieve that, but it goes a lot to tell you, there's so much sympathy about the Igbo people, there's so much solidarity about the Igbo people, and there's so much recognition about nnamdikanu, I think from the Hausas who have been known to own the land where the Fulanis are already dominating. You can see there's no Hausa governor in the north, there's no Hausa emir in the north. So it's a very difficult thing. But the consciousness of the Hausa youth are beginning to question the rationale behind the dominance of the Fulanis in the north. And but as they are pushing towards that direction, I can tell you categorically clear, if the opposition are not formidable and they are not able to coalesce the way it's supposed to be, they will give room to Bola Ahmed Tinubu to continue. Well, the factor is that there's pressure on Atiku Abubakar to step down, to be at the background and possibly be the national coordinator of whichever party they are going to adopt for the coalition at the end of the day. Anything that has to do with power returning to the north, will be resisted by the Hausas. And they are telling you that they will break up Nigeria at the end of the day if they see another Fulani man coming in without an Igbo presidency.
But lastly, do you not think that because from report coming to us now, it's as if Peter Obi might not be joining this coalition, and the coalition are planning Atiku El-Rufai, for 2027. But do you not think that because it's alleged that Peter Obi still want Dati as his vice, but from the look of things, will Nigeria really support Amechi and El-Rufai combination for 2027?
That to me is very admirable figure, very intelligent and very determined. He's a transparent man. He's one of the cerebral brains that we need within the space of the presidency. There's no doubt about that. He was able to do well when he was vice to Obi during the 2023 presidential election. But the coalition will be able to decide at the end of the day. I know till tomorrow, Dati still believe that Obi won that election. Till tomorrow, you still go and interview him. Aisha Yusuf still believe that Obi won that election. And I want to take it from the angle of Aisha Yusuf. He said if Obi goes for vice president to anybody, that he will not support Obi. And so it's a very big situation for Atiku and Abubakar, Atiku and of course El-Rufai to look into. But to an extent, El-Rufai still hold that position that power must return to the south, but not to the north, but not to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We should pick somebody from the south to be able to balance the equation. But Atiku and other supporters mainly is saying that that Atiku should be the president, so that he's the only one that has what it takes to outsmart Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2027. So it is going to bring a lot of crisis, and these people should look at their competing ambition and know that the national interest, the citizens that has been subjected to burden of poverty, should need to be rescued. And the citizens do not have what it takes to rescue themselves. Apart from these people who are either there or there, play a major role, in trying to make sure that the coalition force is formidable enough with a southern candidate and a northern vice president. That's the only way to go. And a lot of people are already factoring Obi on that regard. If he makes it, then you know that definitely Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to win that election. Then, secondly, they have to look into the issue of electoral reform. And put pressure. No position need to put pressure on the Senate, and of course those in position of authority to look at how they are going to reform the electoral act, so that at the end of the day, it will give every Nigerian an independent mindset to vote anybody of their choice, and that is only way to go at this point in time. And if it is done, I can tell you 95% of Nigerians, whether Yoruba, Hausa or Igbo or Fulani or whatever, will definitely vote this APC government out completely without any reservation. So Article 805 presidency, for now, cannot do anything, and Nigerians will not support it, and that is what it is for now. We cannot afford to have another Northerner in the position of to remove Tinubu 2027. We need a Southern candidate with Northern support, Southern support.